Josh, congratulations. You've come for an absolute nail-biter here to close the show this evening. What are the emotions like right now?
They're obviously very, very high. I can't put into words how important that was and how good that was to be involved in that game, but my heart was beating out my chest.
First two sessions, you were kind of like chasing Michael and managed to go in close at that break. Was that key, just to be in touch at that last break going into that final session?
Yeah, the first session it felt like Ross Smith, and I was Ross Smith. I couldn't find nothing at all. And Michael went 4-1 up. I was happy to get enough. I was happy to get a leg and then just kick on from that. So, and then the second session, I brought it back to 6-4. I was like, right, just kick on from that now and just wake up. And obviously I did, but it took me a couple of days to get into it. So yeah, happy with that.
What's the pressure like when you're in that tie-break situation, and were you pleased that you were throwing first?
Yeah, people say the bullseye doesn't matter, but it does matter. I don't care what anybody says, because when you're throwing for the match, you've got the opportunity if you go 180, whereas they don't. So when it comes to pulling up and you've got that, and you're in that scenario to obviously throw first, it's good. You need to really concentrate for the bullseye.
Coming off the back of the World Cup, there's been a lot of attention around you, the way you carried Northern Ireland, but coming into a singles event, how important is it for you to beat one of those big names on that stage and say to everyone, I've arrived?
Yeah, well, it took a couple of years for me to arrive. Everybody knows what was going on behind the scenes, so yeah. But I got asked there, if that was you last year, would you have won that? No chance. But this year, because I'm more experienced, I know how to win. That's why I've won. But I also want to give a wee shout out. That win was for John O'Shea, because it's his 50th birthday today.
And again, just holding your nerve in that moment, does that show that you're ready for these big events, holding your nerve and that bottle in these key moments?
I think I proved that against MVG. When you're playing one of the best players in the world, you can prove. I think I'm ready for it.
Cheers, Josh.
Thank you.
Josh, congratulations. Just sum up the range of emotions you went up, what you experienced up there. You look exhausted.
I feel exhausted now because I give it large, obviously. But yeah, I'm very grateful. I've got one day off tomorrow to recuperate. Obviously playing Casey. It's not an easy way to try and win this title, but it's the only way.
Does that show how much you've matured as a player over the last couple of years to beat MVG on that stage from that position at 5-1 down?
Yeah, 100%. Because 5-1 down, some people's like, oh, that's done and dusted, but it's first to 11. You know, you've got a lot of time to get into it, and I proved it. It did take me quite a few days to get into it, but I started proving myself and kicking on, and I proved it at the end.
Across the quarter-final against Gezi, just give us your thoughts ahead of that one.
I'm looking forward to it, and he'll be looking forward to it too. Obviously with the World Cup, we're both giving it large as anything, and there'll be a lot of giving it on stage.
Well played, Josh. During that tie-break, did it feel like you were the one that was sort of applying the pressure on MVG and he had to keep coming back during that tie-break?
My heart rate wasn't telling me that. I was trying to keep myself so much calm. He hit that 1-3 at a perfect timing, but darts is all timing. So I honestly thought I was getting a chance, but you're playing Michael van Gerwen, you don't get chances. You have to take them when you can. He was missing quite a few doubles, thankfully, obviously in my end. So, but yeah, thank goodness.
There's obviously a lot of emotion at the end. How difficult was it to hold that in the big moments during that tie-break when you were so close to that finish line?
Oh, but if anybody gives it large to me, I keep it in, because I know I can feed off that. And Michael kept giving it lows. Everybody heard him the first leg of 150, the 138. Correct myself. He kept quiet the 138 because I think he knew it was 10-10. So, but I just kept building that, and I was like, you hit that winning double, you just give it everything. And I've done that.
That may well come in useful against Gerwyn Price in the next round then.
But with Gerwyn, he knows I'm going to give it back, so it's going to be hard to keep it in. But it's going to be a good match between me and Gerwyn.
And Josh, you're going to get revenge for Daryl Gurney after what happened to him with all the giving it large on stage.
Well, obviously what happened between Casey and Daryl, that's between them two, but me and Casey's not like that, so. But it'll be a very interesting match.
Yeah. Is it better than playing someone who's a quieter presence on stage, like an Andrew Gilding, who you might end up playing?
No, but look, we're all here to win a trophy. Doesn't matter who you play. It's simple as that.
Well done.
Thank you.
Josh, you talk about timing in darts. There was a huge 1-5-2 in there when Michael was in 12, I think. If you don't take that out, do you think you're going to lose that match?
Probably. That's being honest. I just felt very relaxed. I was like, if you had it, you had it. You don't. And next minute, all three went in. I was like, happy days.
Does this almost feel like a full circle moment? Because a few years ago, there was a lot of hype around you as a young prodigy facing Michael van Gerwen at the Grand Slam, hit a 9-darter but lost the match. Now a few years on, we've seen the player you've become, and you've beaten a very good Michael van Gerwen on one of the biggest stages now.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, I don't know how many times he's won the match play, and obviously they're all there to be beat. So, but I believed in my own game, and I dug deep, and that's what I've done.
You always talk about how you think a major is right round the corner, and I guess you thinking that and saying that publicly puts pressure on yourself. So how do you cope with that pressure, or do you not feel it?
No, well, I felt pressure up the stage, but I don't feel pressure to win the major. When the time's right, I'll win a major, and that's why I believe in, because obviously Littler's won his world title when he was meant to, MVG's won his world titles, his match plays, his Premier Leagues when he was meant to, so when the time's right, I'll win my major.
Thank you, Josh. Well done tonight.
Thank you.
Josh, after that huge outpouring of emotion at the end there, how hard is it going to be to get back up for the game?
Well, thankfully I've got quite a few hours to obviously wait, because I'm not playing tomorrow, so I've got Friday I've got all day Thursday, to recuperate my emotions and all that, and I'm just grateful I'm not playing tomorrow.
It's just rest all day tomorrow.
Oh, that'll be a big rest. It would be Netflix all day, I would think, but happy days.
And obviously you've had a few big wins over the last few months. How does that all compare to the World Cup?
No, it's the World Cup's still number one. Because you're winning for your country. It's hard to win for your country, it's a privilege to play for your country, but that was definitely up there.